into a DM and lie to him and say that you can give him a baby and you have not made good on that.
Girl, please. What is it? You didn't get enough out of the divorce?
Hey you guys, it's me Tony and I'm back with some new tea on Dr. G and Sweet Tea. I had been doing a little research and something came across my desk, so y'all know I had to share. And before I spill the tea, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe so I can drop more content. So online, when you type in when did Dr. G and Sweet Tea get engaged, it pops up that they got engaged in September 2022 while on vacation in Jamaica. Apparently a friend was having a wedding or something and Dr. G proposed to Sweet Tea during a concert. So if you go all the way back on Dr. G and Sweet Tea's page, the timeline does add up that yes, they did get engaged in September 2022. However, they were already living together. And it didn't take long for these two to actually get married after their engagement. And a lot of people may say, oh, well, it doesn't take that long to know if you want to marry someone. Now, that may be true, but that doesn't mean that you get married within a few months after getting engaged. However, if these two were already living together and knew each other pretty good, of course they're going to get married. And of course, Dr. G is a lot older than T, and he did want a baby. So maybe they were rushing to get married just because of that. So for a lot of people that have been watching Married to Medicine, we have to admit that there are some red flags in Dr. G and Sweet Tea's relationship. And a lot of people don't like the way he speaks to her. They say he's very familiar with what Quad went through and said that, hey, this relationship had been abusive to her. And honestly, I can understand how people feel like that. The way he did speak to Sweet Tea on the show was very disturbing. But first red flag for me in their relationship is the way that they even met. Now, these two met via DM, and I'll explain this deeper. Sweet Tea slid into Dr. G's DM telling him that she can give him what he needs and a baby emoji. Now, if you're a true Married to Medicine fan, you already know that Dr. G had been begging Quad, his wife at the time, for a baby on the show for seasons, and she never wanted a baby with him, okay? She was not really into him. You could just tell, okay? And Sweet Tea slithered into his DM saying, I can give you what you need, and a baby emoji, okay? Do you know how disturbing it is, if you think about it, to offer a stranger your uterus? You're telling a stranger, I can give you a baby. Now, what would make you tell a stranger that, someone you don't even know? Well, maybe she did know him. And how did I come up with that? Well, check this out. Sweet Tea had an exclusive interview, and she admitted in the interview that she did not know much about Dr. G, but she knew he wanted a family, and she shared that in common with him. Now, Sweet Tea, you basically just admit right here that you knew that Dr. G wanted kids, and you knew that would work when you slid in his DM saying, I can give you a kid. Now, think about it. How else would Sweet Tea even know what to type in to look him up and who he is and that he wants a child? She was watching the show. And it's very much creepy because she lied later on and said that she hadn't seen the show before. She didn't know anything about the show. Okay, sure. And honestly, y'all, the story really does just get more scandalous, okay? But let me first finish this out. Sweet Tea says that they just started hanging out after she slid in his DM, telling him she could give him a baby. Then she managed to somehow get his number so they could FaceTime. And then she ended up flying to Atlanta to meet him. Now, I want you guys to think about this deeply, unpack this. Dr. G is like 20-something years older than her. He's old enough to be her dad. As a matter of fact, I think he's as old as her parents. You went out of your way to chase a man down that you saw on TV and promised him you could give him a baby, okay? And then not only did you stop there, but you went out of your way to fly to his city? Like you were that desperate chasing a man down. But get this, I want you guys to check out these dates. And y'all know I had to drop the receipts like a true journalist, but not the one like Portia from Dish Nation.
I work for Dish Nation. I am in the world of journalism. So my word
now
needs
she's
to be...
journalism is...
So like I said, y'all remember season 6 Married to Medicine reunion when Quad and Dr. G were still married, okay? Still married, and they had a difficult conversation with Andy Cohen on the reunion. That filmed in January 2019, okay? That reunion aired January 2019, okay? They were not divorced. Now, I want you guys to go back and zoom in on that DM of Dr. G and Sweet Tea when she told him she could give him a baby. If you check the date, that was January 2019. So Sweet Tea literally sat on her couch, more than likely. I don't know, it could have been her bed or a friend's bed. But Sweet Tea sat back, watched the reunion, and decided to log in on Instagram and DM Dr. G before that man could even get a divorce. So it really makes sense now how Dr. G and Sweet Tea honestly got married in the first place. It really does. When you don't take enough time to heal from your first relationship and you jump into the next, sometimes you kind of rush into things, and honestly, it seems like that may have happened. He wasn't fully healed from his last marriage, and we have all seen that Dr. G is still suffering from his last marriage, and it can kind of give us a glimpse on why Sweet Tea may feel like she's always living in Quad's shadow, and a lot of people have noticed that as well, a lot of viewers. And if you think about it, Sweet Tea literally got with this man as soon as that reunion aired. You have to think about it. Dr. G was not divorced yet when these two hit it off, okay? So no wonder why she's always in competition with Quad. Can you guys imagine? We are years later after their divorce has wrapped up. These two have been married for 2 years, and Quad still lives rent-free in Dr. G's mind. Imagine how much she had to hear about Quad when she was messaging him and talking to him in 2019 when he was going through his divorce. Now, Quad and Dr. G did not get divorced until October 2019. So that means for 9 months, she was talking to a married man. Now, I want you guys to leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think. Please like this video and subscribe, because I will be delivering more tea, guys. Have a great day, you all, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.